All right. Give him a little Madeon beard, maybe a hat. Oh, there we go. That's him.
You, sir, are the greatest artist who ever lived!
Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy MayFlwr, and as always, hope all you guys are having a great day. Over the course of my channel and making videos, I think I have hit most of the big artists that I can make tutorials on, but I do think there's still one that's really missing, and that artist is Madeon. Definitely one of my favorite artists of all time. Obviously, I think a lot of you guys already know that. And in the past, I have made, a Madeon remix on my channel. That was a pretty fun video, but I still haven't made, a proper Madeon tutorial. It's something I've always wanted to get around to. I really don't know how I haven't yet. So for this video, I kind of wanted to take a trip back in time and make something in the style of his Adventure album. Probably one of the most legendary dance music albums of all time, right up there with Porter Robinson's Worlds. There's a lot of game-changing sounds and ideas in that album that kind of, changed the course of dance music. So yeah, I think that would be a perfect, direction to go for this tutorial. So yeah, that is the idea for today. We're gonna try to make some type of Madeon adventure sounding track. And yeah, I guess that's enough talking. So let's just jump right into it. Let's go. Alright, so here we go, headphones on. So a lot of the tempos on that first album are really low, so we're gonna go with something like 105. That sounds good. And being at that low tempo at 105 is kind of already gonna give us, that Madeon feel. That's kind of one of his staples. But yeah, let's get this intro going. Let's see what we can do. So these chords right here are very similar to his song Home. At least it's in the same key. And I think it only uses 3 chords, so I don't know what this one is. We might take it out or change it later. So a lot of Madeon's intros are kind of like ambient soundscapes with like a lot of instrumentation. So I'm gonna try to find some samples and atmosphere to kind of fill out the space. If we can find a guitar, that's not how you spell guitar. I don't like some of these notes. I'm gonna chop this off right here and just kind of repeat this first little phrase. And this is kind of cool. I was just digging through my samples and it was in the same key. We'll try to use this somehow. Whoa, that's kind of cool. It's kind of like you're floating in space. Ooh. Ooh, look at this, kind of like some camping sound effects. I don't know if camping has to do with anything, but oh yeah, fire up some marshmallows with the boys. It's a good night. Ooh, this is really nice. So we've really only used 2 sounds so far, this guitar and this weird little pad thing, but we already kind of have a nice little atmosphere, like we're floating through space or something. Is there such thing as spaceman sound effects? Oh, not in A major. Maybe space is in A major. I don't know.
Cleared for touch and go.
Oh yeah.
Uniform without delay. Turn left the intersection. Traffic is.
All right, not necessarily a spaceman, but air traffic control will have to do for now.
Cleared for touch and go. 31 uniform without delay. Turn left the intersection.
Okay, well apparently that is a man's voice, but he sounds like a violin. Do be like that sometimes, Sometimes you are a violin. Ooh. You guys have no idea. I'm fighting every urge in my body to put this all in a granulizer. That's how I work most of the time when I'm using a lot of samples, but that would be a flume technique. It's a whole nother video. I think we have created a cool little atmosphere with the spaceman sound effects and all these samples with a bunch of reverb on it. It's a really cool vibe to start out with, but I think we can insert some more Madeon-like qualities to it. All right, so let's try to make some type of vocal chop. I have this little sample right here. It's what does it say?
Give me all of you.
All right, give me all of you. That seems somewhat sincere and meaningful.
Give me you. Give me you. Give me you.
We've now went from all of you to just you. We've downgraded our expectations of whoever we're in love with. Ooh, there it is. It's kind of cool. It's already kind of Madeon sounding with the the pitch bending going on in the original sample. So I think that will work. It's kind of like a weird technique. If you're ever trying to like sound like an artist or get inspiration from someone you really like, when you have like the intro like this, you can kind of go back and forth from this and then look at a picture of like the artwork from the artist you like. And you can just tell when the audio and the visual kind of match up. It just, you know, tells you if you're going in the right direction. All right, cool, that worked. We're definitely, you know, in the right realm, I guess you could say. So on a lot of Madeon tracks, and especially tracks at kind of this BPM, the builds are kind of like really minimal. Sometimes they don't even have one. It kind of just goes up into the drop or like swells into it. It's kind of what I'm going for here. I'm just gonna use these really quick snares and just low pass them up to the top. This sped up guitar kind of sounds like San Holo for some reason. So now we can start building our drop. I'm gonna start off with a really simple drum loop. For this kind of style, you know, it's gonna be like 4 to the floor, you know, with a kick and a clap, maybe like a shifted snare or something. I'm using like a lot of acoustic samples like this, and even this kick right here came from like an 80s sample pack. And I don't know, just stuff like that sounds really nice for this genre. And maybe some rides in there as well. Yeah, making a drum loop like this, obviously really simple. It's probably the first thing you do when you're learning, you know, to make dance music. But I think the big thing here is sample selection and picking, you know, like really quality sounds for your drop. So now I'm going to try my best to make some type of chord stack and kind of break down what I'm doing along the way. So first things first, we just have a big super saw in the chords we have from the intro. And I think I've said this in one other video of mine, but I think a lot of people overthink, you know, the complexity of like a big like chord stack, like maybe you hear in a Madeon track or Porter Robinson or even Illenium. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around like what sounds are being used when you're first starting out. But it's exactly what it sounds like. You know, it's maybe like 2 or 3 super saws, some top leads, and then a nice mid bass. That's all it is. And just to make these chords stronger and thick, I'm going to carry over like some of these notes. Yeah, I don't really have a technique for doing stuff like this. I kind of just, you know, paste stuff here and there, listen to it, and then, you know, see how it sounds after. Something like that. You know, we could change it later, but I think that'll do for now, or at least writing it. So all this right now is just one small chord stack and a bass, and you know, it sounds all right. Maybe like a hard style one as well too. A little bit more detune. Fills it in pretty nice already. Let's paste that into Cthulhu, one of my favorite plugins. Maybe pitch it up. Let's see how that sounds alone. And then from there, we can start adding some like top lines or something. I have this little preset right here called MayFlwr, just because it kind of reminded me of Rez. Was that Harry Potter? So that's kind of cool. I'm probably just going to leave that stack just like that. I'm going to keep it all in one pattern, but you guys, you know what's in there. And I have the side chain up here. That's what these normal ones are. But for the beginning, I think I'm just going to let the kick hit on its own, and then bring it in right here, cut it off again, and then cut it off again right here just to have some like stop and go rhythm. And all these are is just extra volume automation I have on the same channel as the side chain. Little virtual riot sample, all right. Give us some nice ambience in the background. Pitch this one up 700, I think. Maybe that works, let's see. So this is sounding pretty cool so far, but I do have an idea about how we can bring back in these vocals, maybe at this the second part. So what I'm gonna do is bounce this first vocal to its own little waveform, and then we can open up a new tone. This is a pretty cool stock plugin that comes with FL Studio. Drag in the little vocal chop. This thing is pretty cool. Like you can see all the notes like the vocal chop is hitting, and you can even like move them around or do, you know, whatever you want. But the main thing I wanted to do here was kind of go into each one of these vocal chops, and we can actually change the format by going up and down like this. So I'm gonna kind of do this randomly, maybe click on just the big ones, drag them up and down, and we can get some pretty cool like variations just by, you know, doing random stuff like this. And we could take what we did with this little piece of paper and boom, there we go. When it has the little orange check marks, that means the formant shifting kind of worked, and this is your new sample. So this is what the old one sounded like. And this is the new one. And I did a couple of different versions. I think this one sounds the best. Like chop that up a little bit. There we go. Just one more like that, and that should give us a little Madeon vocal chop. It's kind of cool. Maybe we can like throw that in the middle, like. But I think that is about all I have time to show you guys. I don't really want to clutter it either. I think we did a pretty good job. Just look at this masterpiece, boys. This is just a really interesting track. But for real, I do think we did get some like, you know, some Madeon vibes in here, and I don't know, it's kind of a cool little track. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make that. I don't think I've shown that little new tone formant trick in any other one of my videos, but I think that about does it. So I guess that is enough talking. I'll just play the track. I'll try to have, you know, some sick Madeon visuals going. So all right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you made it to the end, hope you guys enjoyed the video and or learned something. If you're kind of younger, or maybe you just got into the dance music scene, I would definitely recommend going back and just listening to the Adventure album from front to back. Such a solid album with so many good ideas, especially for the time when it came out. I'm going to try to have this FLP available on Patreon as soon as this video goes up. So if you guys want to check that out and support me, I'll put the links down below. And as always, I just wanted to thank you guys for supporting my video, or liking the video, or leaving a comment, whatever. It's all, you know, super meaningful to me. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So if you guys haven't yet, or maybe you're new here, please, you know, consider maybe subscribing down below. I'm super excited to, you know, be even this close to 100K. So yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys for everything y'all do. But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Twitter. I try to check those as much as possible. And yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's video, boys. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.